it's me, Vanessa, just at the tail end of spring break here. And for those of you who do not know me, I am passionate about efficiency, simplicity, and helping people learn how to live from their heart. So that's what I'm all about. And so for spring break, I took the kids up to Vancouver for their very first plane ride. And I have to say that was a pretty monumental thing for me to do, because up until about a year ago, I have had a major fear of flying. Actually, I have had, or my diagnosis, I guess, I do have a real diagnosis of generalized anxiety disorder, which basically means that every day of my life I did live from a place of being worried or afraid. And in about 2.2 seconds, I can create the most ridiculous scenario in my head that will basically give me a panic attack, which is why I really don't like to fly, or I didn't like to fly, because people would ask me, like, what is it? Are you afraid the plane's going to crash? And that really wasn't my fear. My fear was that I'm going to have a panic attack at 10,000 feet. And when I have a panic attack, it's fight or flight. And that's funny because I'm flying, right? But I want to get out. And so I want to run. And you can't really do that at 10,000 feet. So I had this whole thing in my mind that I was going to have a panic attack in the air. And they were going to have to land the airplane on a highway and take me off in a straitjacket. I'm not even kidding you. That is really what I envisioned happening. And when I realized how much this was affecting me, it really came to a head. I mean, I don't travel that much, so it's not, it's something I can really, pretend isn't there. But last year was my first trip. Memorial Day was my first trip to Vancouver. It's a 3-hour plane ride. I can barely do 40 minutes from LA to Mammoth, or Orange County to Las Vegas, whatever. Even the small flights just freak me out. I don't like being closed in. So it was a 3-hour flight, and leading up to that, I was so distraught about it that I really was going to cancel. I really just didn't even think I could do it. And unless you have anxiety, I don't think it's easy to understand just how much it affects you and how hard it is to deal with, especially from the outside. There's just, that's the whole thing about anxiety and fear and things like that. It's not something that you can reason yourself out of. I mean, it's scary, but it came down to the fact of, I'm either going to let this run my life, which at the point of where I was going and how bad it had gotten for me, I really could see that probably something as bad as agoraphobia was really in my future. And that's totally true. That's exactly where I was at. And I really didn't want to be there anymore. So I made a decision. Said I'm going to change it. And the thing about anxiety and fear is you can't think your way out of it. You have to act your way out of it. So I took the plane ride last year. Fine. I had to figure out a way to deal with it, and I use EFT, which is Emotional Freedom Technique. And I will link below the videos that I did, and I use Brad Yates on YouTube. And it's a little known technique that I think is amazing, and it seems so simple, and it works. And you can Google any imaginable affliction that you could possibly have and use it. Emotional Freedom Technique. It works. It completely works. So anyways, I took the boys up there. No issues. I was at the airport just completely amazed that I had the peace within myself that I've never ever felt before. Normally when I would be at the airport, I'd just be talking myself into, you can do it, it's going to be okay. Coming up, It's completely exhausting to live like that. And it was fine. We had a great trip. We had a great trip up there, did some things while I was up there, faced some fears while I was up there, and we came back. And, you know, the freedom that I have in my life now because of making a decision that I don't want to be the way that I was and I don't want to let fear control me has opened up just so many doors. And so it's spring and it's a good time to implement some new habits, right? And the whole reason I started these videos to begin with was to help us get our lives in order. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to do a series of a few short videos tomorrow that are going to help you, hopefully, get your week started off on the right foot. There are things that I do every Sunday to get me prepared for the week. And so let's do it tomorrow together, a few short videos, and hopefully you'll participate. So thanks, as always, for watching. I know it's super annoying that my mouth doesn't move at the same time as my words, and that's because I'm not on Wi-Fi. But I do appreciate you taking the time to watch this and participate, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.